Hi, I'm Ben Gladden, the Bible Guy. Let's talk about one of the most famous and loved stories in the entire Bible. It's about a young man who uses his own understanding of God's control of the entire universe to keep his head. Literally. Let's talk about Daniel and the lion's den. Now, if you want to hear me retell the entire story, look for another video on this site where I go through the story from start to finish. Now, when I was a kid and I heard this story, I had a lot of questions about this story. Well, here's three of them. First, was Darius really stupid enough to get tricked into signing this law? Second, if Darius was the king, couldn't he just change the law? And third, were there really pits full of hungry lions out there just waiting to gobble up criminals? Well, let's take a look at each one of those one at a time. First, why did Darius consent to signing a law that said for the next 30 days you can't pray to anyone, human or divine, except for Darius? That sounds a little silly to us today. Actually, it sounds rather crazy. But in Darius' time, people were used to praying to the king because they viewed the king as something of a god, sort of a god-king, and so it wasn't that uncommon. Also, Darius was new to the throne. He was a new king, so he would have been eager to prove to his people that he was a good leader and a good judge. So he eagerly signs the law. Well, with any law, there are unintended consequences, and certainly Darius didn't intend for his most trusted advisor to become a criminal. And of course the king is devastated when Daniel is caught. But he is the God King. Can't he just change the law? Well, no. The Persian kingdoms were well known for having a very strict legal system. Even though it was just a temporary law, Darius had no way of changing the law. So the king was helpless in this instance, and Daniel couldn't be saved. Finally, were there really bad guys that kept pits in the ground full of hungry lions just waiting to devour people? Well, archaeology has confirmed the existence of large pits dug into the ground, and these pits usually had two chambers that were connected. And there's evidence that in one of the chambers there were animals kept, and in the other chamber there were criminals that were kept sometimes. They also had a big hole in the top where you could see what was going on in both chambers. Well, what about the lions? In Daniel's time, not unlike today, it was very common for royalty to keep and breed lions. Now, the lions were a symbol of strength, yes, but they were also a very good way to punish criminals. If you want more information about Daniel and the lion's den, just scroll down. I've put some more information there. If you have any questions, you can post them here, or you can send them to Ben Gladden, the Bible Guy, at yahoo.com.